I did a video about Rudy Farias yesterday, but I really didn't explain why I was saying things like that. I mean, I explained why I said, he should have been able to get out of the house as a grown man, but I didn't get into the mental aspects of it. If you're not into mental health field, then you're not going to understand certain things because it's going to be absolutely foreign to you. Or if you haven't been abused by someone close to you, then you're not going to understand it. I said something about him probably liking it, and that's true. And as I said, if you're not in the mental health field, you're not going to understand it. Excuse me, my voice is extra hoarse today. As I have told people in my previous videos, I have vocal cord damage, so that's why my voice is so screwed up. But anyway, with certain mental illnesses and certain abuse, people can get into a situation like he did and enjoy it, but feel guilty about it. And like I said, if you're not a mental health professional, then you probably won't understand it. And I've heard many abuse survivors, admit to it. And it's more prevalent than you think. And that's why I said he had all these years to get out of that house. He had many opportunities, but he chose to stay. It's a fact. You can like it or lump it, Many people that have certain, if he has a mental illness, I don't know. It doesn't mean he does have one. I don't know if he's intelligent or not, or if he has a mental illness or not. But certain people with certain disorders, like bipolar disorders, they get hypersexual. They will take the abuse and enjoy it a certain way, but then feel guilty afterwards. And there's lots of people that are like that. So I don't know if that was the situation with him. But as I said in the previous video, he's a grown-ass man. And you cannot tell me he could not overpower his mother and leave that house. There was a reason he stayed. And I think it was a situation where he got into a relationship with her. And, he liked it, but then he was ashamed of it at the same time. And then once he got into their relationship, he probably let her manipulate him. Manipulate him and stuff. But as I said in the other video yesterday, if you're a grown person and, the situation is something you definitely don't like, someone that you can overpower is not going to be able to manipulate you and scare you and threaten you into doing something you don't want to do. He wasn't a little powerless child. And he could have refused the drugs, as I said yesterday, unless someone is forcing it into you, has you tied down, forcing those drugs into you, there's no reason for you to be able to avoid taking them. He willingly took the drugs. He willingly had sex with her. It's not being callous and mean to say this. It's being fucking truthful. You're going to tell me someone that's older than him, that's out of shape, and he's young and a male, and he could not overpower her. Come on, give me a break. He probably was a virgin or something, got into the situation. She probably kept coaxing him and teasing him. Like they said, going in there while he was taking a shower, her getting naked. He probably gave in. He enjoyed it. He felt ashamed of it, but he continued. It happens to a lot of fucking people, more than you realize. So I think that was the situation. They had a sexual relationship for all those years. And he just didn't get out of it. And then it, built up, and he was ashamed. He could have left. There's no excuse. So I just wanted to explain more of the, mental health side of it, because that happens more than you know. In abuse cases, even people that are taken, abducted, a lot of them, they get into a relationship with the person and, they're traumatized by it, but they end up, having genuine feelings for the person, and they won't get out of the situation. And I'm not talking about Stockholm Syndrome. In the abduction case, that's more likely what's happening, the Stockholm Syndrome. But in other cases, it's just they build a relationship with someone that they know is, taboo, it's not good, it's gross. They feel totally embarrassed, totally ashamed about the situation, but they're already in the relationship now. And I think that's what this is in his case. I'm sorry I couldn't articulate it any better. I haven't had much sleep and I feel like crap, but you should get the gist of what I'm saying. I don't know if he had any type of mental illness, if he had any type of bipolar disorder or anything like that, but that's a common situation with some bipolar people because they get hypersexual. When you're hypomanic or manic, you will do things that you would never do in a situation where you're clear-headed thinking. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that tons of bipolar people do this. I'm just saying that a bipolar person has more of a tendency to do something that is very risky and do something that they're not completely in control of. But anyway, that's it, guys. I just wanted to explain what I was saying yesterday because people might have thought I was just being harsh, callous for no reason. But, there are legitimately lots of people that will get into a sexual relationship like that when they know it's gross. They really don't want it, but they get into it and then they feel guilty and ashamed. So that's all I'm saying might be the case with him, because there is just no reason that he couldn't got out of that situation. So that's it, guys. If you like videos from someone that does not mince their words, that thinks intelligently, looks at all possibilities, please hit that like and subscribe button. And I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are.